Network University.
Family.
Literacy.
Social impact.
Health and wellness.
Education. Music and arts.
This is My LA.
All right, Sunday night. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Lisa Foxx here with you. It's our beloved public affairs show. Yes. Our show that's all about putting the spotlight on charitable organizations, nonprofits, and people giving back. It's heard, of course, right here at our home base, 104.3 MYfm, and everywhere via iHeartRadio. Tonight we are diving in, y'all, on behalf of a beloved MyFM family member. Multiple sclerosis is an unpredictable and often disabling disease of the central nervous system that disrupts the flow of information within the brain and between the body and the brain, and the symptoms are all over the place. They range from numbness and tingling to blindness and paralysis. The progress and severity and specific symptoms of MS are different in every person and cannot be even predicted. But advances in research and treatment are leading to a better understanding and moving us closer, hopefully one day, to a world free of MS. Most people with MS are diagnosed between the ages of 20 and 50, and with at least 2 to 3 times more women than men being diagnosed with it. MS affects more than 2.3 million people worldwide, but it also affects one of our most favorite people on this planet, and this is why we walk. The annual MS Walk here in LA is happening Sunday, April 22nd at the Rose Bowl. You know her lovely voice from every morning on this radio station is a huge part of Valentine in the Morning, the big show, but also just a big part of our family and my heart for years. Hi, Jillian.
Hi, Lisa.
Hey, girlfriend. Oh, my gosh. Hi. Thank you for being up so late on a Sunday evening to have this conversation, right?
Yes, definitely.
You're probably going to go straight from this phone call, just come in straight to work and just like get it going, start prepping, waiting for Valentine to make some fresh coffee. Like, hey guys, I'm already here. I've been here for hours. Let's get the show going.
Yeah,
right?
I'm just start driving in now.
Yeah, no traffic from where you are, so there's that.
Right.
Jilly, I feel like, we've been having this conversation every year, and I'm just like hoping, if it's okay to say this, I'm hoping the one time I don't ever have to have this conversation with you about what it feels like to have MS,
Yeah, I would love that. This is our 10th year
10.
doing the walk, and it's crazy because it kind of feels like it hasn't been that long, but at the same time it feels like, yeah, it's been 10 years. It's been quite a journey.
Mm-hmm. I had on the President Adam Selkowitz of Lupus LA a few weeks ago, and we were talking about how crazy it is that so many of these, specific conditions and diseases are out of nowhere attacking people's nervous systems. And, these autoimmune conditions and diseases are attacking people like, Avril Lavigne, that's been down for a couple of years now. She's finally feeling better. Cannot wait to have her on to talk about her ordeal with Lyme disease. Lady Gaga, diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and with the Adams organization, he has lupus, as does Tony Braxton. But crazy how it is seemingly happening to healthy people, just like you being super healthy before being diagnosed with MS out of nowhere.
And it's crazy, too, because a lot of the autoimmune diseases in that family, there's so many symptoms that kind of mimic each other.
Mm-hmm.
So at first, when I was going through my diagnosis, they were thinking, okay, well, this could be lupus. Okay, this looks like it could be fibromyalgia, maybe multiple sclerosis, and they have to really pinpoint and focus to see exactly what it is, because a lot of times they're so hard to diagnose.
Well, and obviously the treatment would vary, even though, like you said, they're so similar, but the treatment would be different, and the drugs would be different.
Right, exactly. Like when I was first diagnosed, I was put on an injection 3 times a week, so I would give myself a shot. And I've stayed with that medication up until about maybe 2 years ago, but I was always on that same medication.
Is that all there was?
Well, there were just a few other options, but they were a little more severe. And when I was first diagnosed, it wasn't, I was still able to walk. I was still able to move my arms and my hands, and, my strength was still pretty much there. But they didn't think that they needed to go to a really severe, drastic route when it came to the medication. So the one that they put me on was kind of like the lightest form of medication that they could do, and with the least amount of side effects.
Yeah,
and
so you could still function. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and I was doing really well on that. And then up until about 2 years ago, doctors took me off of it to try and see how I could manage it with just, certain diets and other little things to just pinpoint exactly the symptoms that I was dealing with. So luckily, for the past couple of years, I've been able to kind of keep it under control on my own.
Oh, without medication at all?
Yeah.
Oh, but that's kind of exciting though, right?
It is.
Okay, hold that thought, because that is where our money is going, helping people like Jillian, helping fuel research and treatment programs for those living with MS. It's the MS Walk. It's time for the annual MS Walk. Hashtag Team Jillian. Sunday, April 22nd at the Rose Bowl. WalkMS.org to find our team and join us for the big day. Quick break. Back with more in a sec. It's My LA on MyFM.
My LA.
All right, we're back. It's our public affairs show. It's My LA. Heard, of course, right here on 104.3 MyFM and everywhere via iHeartRadio. Lisa Foxx on tonight, chatting with my girl, our girl, Jillian from Valentine in the Morning, our big morning show here on the radio station. Jilly, a huge part of my heart and a huge part of our MyFM family. She was a very healthy gal in her 20s, diagnosed with multiple sclerosis about 10 years ago, and she's on to talk about what it's like to live with MS, what it means to have MS, and also how much the Multiple Sclerosis Society, the MS Society, helps those living with it, helps them, helps their family, helps to fuel research programs, treatment programs, and of course to spread the word about the annual walk, the LA Walk, April 22nd at the Rose Bowl. Hashtag Team Jillian. Come join us. Go to walkms.org. Find our team and join us out there Sunday morning for the big day. Jill was just talking about how the advancements in treatments and medications, how that's affected her daily life. And now how you're, kind of just focused on managing your diet, that's helped you actually be drug-free for the first time in a long time. Oh my gosh, that's gotta feel amazing to be able to function pretty well without any meds.
Oh, definitely. Oh, it for sure is, especially after giving myself a shot 3 times a week. You get to the point where you're just like, okay,
is this really my life? Yeah.
Right, exactly. And I know, there's so many other medications and stuff that can make you feel really, really lousy. So this was kind of like, there weren't very many side effects that came with it, but I was able to just think, okay, I'm going to try and manage the disease on my own and see what happens.
Yeah. Well, like anyone who, God forbid, has to deal with one of these conditions or diseases, you just want your best quality of life possible. You're going to do everything in your power to work with your doctors, and hopefully you've got support from your family and people around you that are going to do everything they can to help you get through it, and just to be there for you has got to make you feel good.
Yeah, and especially now with MS medications, there's so many different pills that are available, so people don't have to give themselves the injections. They can just swallow a pill and hopefully still get the same response that they would with a shot.
So the medications have improved from what you've seen in the past 10 years easily, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. And I know that that's coming from, all the donations and the money that people are raising that can go to research and figure out, how to find a cure. And we're close. Doctors keep saying we're very close to a cure, but if we can't get there just yet, we can focus on the medications and make it easier for people to live with this disease.
So I know you've told the story before, but kind of walk people through, what was it that day that ended up changing everything? I know it took a little bit for you to get properly diagnosed with MS, but what was it in your body that suddenly changed out of nowhere at such a young age? Or at 20-something, right?
Yeah, I was 23 at the time, and it was honestly overnight. I woke up one morning and I just really felt off. I felt a numbness and tingling throughout my body, especially on the right side, my right leg, my right arm. And the thing that scared me the most was my vision. Everything was really, really blurry. And, I couldn't quite focus on anything. And it just really looked like everything was smeared. And so I get up out of bed, and I was still living with my parents at the time, and I made my way out to my mom, and I said,
oh my God, we
got
to Google. We got to start Googling. I can't see. Oh my gosh, yeah, you're probably so scary.
Yeah, so she immediately, took me to the emergency room, and doctors there thought that it was a pinched nerve. And because I was a dancer, and they thought, you must have pinched a nerve.
You tweaked
while
something.
Dancing. Yeah, something was off. Maybe go see a chiropractor, get a massage. They really didn't run any real tests, And so sent me home, and when it didn't get better the next day, my mom was like, okay, something is definitely off. So she took me.
She's like, I'm not having this. This is not going to go away.
Right. So she took me to, our normal internist and our normal doctor, and he said, I think you should go see a neurologist. So he sent us to a neurologist, and that doctor said, well, let's run some MRIs. And so they did a scan of my brain and spinal cord.
And at this point, you're probably like, I mean, what are you thinking? Are you thinking your mind probably went like, is it a brain tumor? Is it all kinds of crazy stuff?
Right. And then also too, I was thinking, okay, well, is it just a pinch nerve? Can a pinch nerve, create
do all this?
Yeah. And so when, of course, nothing is ever quick. You don't get results overnight. You kind of have to wait a while with testing, and these MRIs came back and showed that there were a few lesions on my brain and a lesion on my spinal cord. And the neurologist said, I'm pretty confident that you have multiple sclerosis. And it took some time, to eventually get that diagnosis. And because so much time had passed, when he told us that, I remember sitting in his office with my mom and almost being relieved. I
was going to say, were you relieved to give it a name?
Yes, definitely. Because at that point I was thinking, am I crazy? What is going on? Am I really feeling these symptoms? This is just my imagination. Why isn't anything really showing that something is wrong? So when we finally got that diagnosis, there was that relief at first. I was like, okay, all right, it has a name. We're going to, deal with this head on. And then later on is when it set in, when I didn't know what multiple sclerosis was. I'd heard of MS, but I didn't know exactly what it was. And I didn't know, this is going to impact my life and my way of living for the rest of my life.
We're on with Jillian Escoto with Valentine in the Morning, our big morning show here at the radio station, but also a huge part of our hearts and our MyFM family. She was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis about 10 years ago, and she is talking about her life and this journey and how grateful she is to the folks at the MS Society and how much she's learned about living with MS and how much she wants to help others and help the MS Society help others. And a big part of that is the annual MS Walk. MS Walk in LA, April 22nd at the Rose Bowl. We want you to join #Team Jillian. WalkMS.org is the website to come find our team. Quick break. Back with more in a few. It's My LA on 104.3 MyfM.
My LA.
Easy.
It's our public affairs show on 104.3 MyfM and heard everywhere via iHeartRadio. It's My LA, our show that puts the spotlight on charitable organizations, nonprofits, and people giving back. And tonight we are once again featuring one of our own. We do it every year around this time, but we actually do it every day in real life because we love her that much. You hear her voice every morning. She's Jillian with Valentine in the Morning, but she's worked with us for a long time behind the scenes and is a part of our MyFM family. Now she's been featured as one of the main people on the show for the past couple of years. And Jill was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis about 10 years ago. So every year, we do kind of an official over-the-top, yay, please come out and support our girl, because when you support Team Jillian, #Team Jillian, at the annual MS Walk LA at the Rose Bowl on Sunday the 22nd, you're supporting Jill, you're supporting the MS Society and people like our Jill who have to live with this gosh darn thing every day and are just, doing everything in their power to manage as best they can. And people caring and people raising money does indeed help. And it makes a big difference. WalkMS.org for more, but I've got a direct link on our website, the My LA page at 104.3myfm.com if you want to give to Team Jillian, join at Team Jillian and meet us out there at the Rose Bowl with our massive team and matching t-shirts. And Jill has been speaking tonight about, how kind of crazy it was that out of nowhere she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis all those years ago. And when she was, the saving grace, aside from obviously her family, the support of her family, and the knowledge of her doctor once she was diagnosed was then, okay, now what? And it was the MS Society. That's where the importance of their role in her now life came into play.
My neurologist suggested reaching out to the MS Society, and they put me in contact with the right doctor, a specialist to see, and then they always have somebody on hand that can talk to you. And I talked to somebody just, at a complete loss of what to think, how to feel. I was just thrown into this diagnosis not knowing anything. So, did a lot of research with my family and began to understand exactly what this disease is and what it can do to someone's body.
Yeah, and so it sounds like that's what the MS Society does best. They kind of take in the newbies and explain to you how it all works. They've been, unfortunately, have been at this for a while. It's like fortunately, but unfortunately, they've been at this for a while, so they can kind of help guide you and your family through what to expect in the weeks and months and years to come, and obviously let you know that there's a huge network of folks to help you get through all this. But does it start with a phone call, or is it a place that you go to?
It's a phone call. It's a link to, email somebody, and they're so good about putting you in touch with, support groups and other people who are living with MS. And, their whole thing is more of like a community. They don't want anybody to ever feel like you're alone having to battle this disease by yourself.
And feel scared by yourself, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because especially, not knowing what it is, you would love to be able to reach out and talk to somebody who has gone through this,
who's feeling what you're feeling.
Exactly. And the society wants to make sure nobody has to do it alone.
Yeah, and pretty crazy, though, to see the variation of what people go through. So many different symptoms. And at the walk every year, there's always people in wheelchairs. I mean, some people at a variety of different ages have it really bad, and it's again, it can be so crippling on so many levels. It's so extreme for some and not as bad for others.
Right, and I've met so many people at the walks who are dealing with the disease, and it's like, okay, you have the numbness and tingling too, but it doesn't affect my vision, or, everybody's just so different, but yet we're all connected. But it's like no two people have the same exact symptoms, even though we all have MS.
And it's
crazy
millions of people.
Differently. Yes.
Millions of people. So crazy.
Right.
So, and another thing that I love about the walk, by the way, it walks all over Southern California around this time of year, but the one that we are doing is the MS Walk LA at the Rose Bowl, Sunday, April 22nd. And every year, Team Jillian just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
I know, last year we had the biggest team that was there at the walk, and I love that. I love seeing everybody that comes out for it. It's incredible.
And thanks for always getting cute T-shirts, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're welcome.
Although I think Valentine's name is getting bigger than yours sometimes on that. Jillian, from Valentine in the morning. But I know he and Leilani are like your family, and obviously, you're the godmom to their son. But I laugh and I say, like, really, Val? Come on. I know you made a donation, but come on. It's her. She's got MS, darn it.
That's so funny.
But I know the show and listeners and, our MyFM family, we have, all of, obviously us that are on air, and then everyone who listens. Our listeners are like our family, and the people that have connected with you personally and through the show, and even whether they've been touched by MS or not, now they're touched by MS through you. So I know it becomes very personal for people who get involved and who come out to the walk, and it gets very emotional out there.
Oh, I cry every year.
I cry every year.
Because this year, I get an email when somebody signs up for the team, and so many people that have already signed up are MyFM listeners. They're the ones that are signing up before, my family and before friends. And I'm blown away because these are friends, they're friends of the station, they're friends of the show. And it just means so much to me that they would take time, on their Sunday to come out and walk and raise money and just, show support to me and to everybody living with MS. So it's so emotional. And I've said this before, but it's, dealing with this every day, you can get down. Like, you can get sad and you think, why me? Why am I having to deal with this? This isn't fair. But then going to the walk and seeing the support system and seeing the friends and family and strangers who come and sign up for the team, I'm telling you, it gives me this energy and this boost to fight the disease for the rest of the year.
Feels like Christmas. I'm going to cry right now. And for all those listeners that beat me to the sign up, my $104.30 is coming. No, it's
every year.
Come on, right? $104.30. Get it, my FMers? Okay, it's walkms.org to sign up with Team Jillian, April 22nd at the Rose Bowl for the annual MS Walk to support our girl and others having to live with this gosh darn multiple sclerosis. So, quick break. Back with more to you. It's My LA on MyFM.
My LA. Be My FM.
Santa Monica.
Irvine.
Riverside.
Palmdale and Lancaster. This is My LA.
It's My LA. It's our public affairs show on 104.3 MyFM and also on iHeartRadio. Lisa Foxx on tonight talking all things multiple sclerosis. What is it like to be one of the 2.3 million people living with MS in the U.S. today? What is it like to wake up seemingly healthy and then suddenly your arms and legs are tingly? You feel weird. Your body feels weird. It feels different. Your vision is blurred. That's what happened to our girl, Jillian Escoto. She's a big part of our MyFM family. You hear her every morning with Valentine in the morning, right here on a 104.3 MyFM. She was diagnosed 10 years ago out of nowhere, and an MRI proved to show proof with lesions on her brain and her spine that she did indeed have MS. With the symptoms different for every person who has it, most are being diagnosed between the ages of 20 and 50, with at least 2 to 3 times more women than men being diagnosed with it. The goal is just to find as many ways possible, treatments and research, helping people living with it to live their best life possible. And that is how we can make a difference, by walking and supporting the annual MS Walk, the one that we do at the Rose Bowl. This time it's on the 22nd, April 22nd at the Rose Bowl. Go to walkms.org and find Team Jillian. You can give whatever you can. Come out and actually physically walk with us. It's not too bad. A beautiful little cruise around the Rose Bowl. And Jill and I were just talking about how it gets emotional every year because it's her whole family. It's our MyFM family. It's all of you. Our team getting bigger and bigger every year, just showing that the love and support growing every year. And,
Yes.
you know, we do all that kind of stuff. In years past, I think the Rachel Platten year was the year that we were all bawling like little babies because the song, the fight song was so especially powerful. This is your fight song. Oh, you and your sisters were holding signs, supporting you, and we were all crying.
Yeah, that was a major ugly cry that year.
Aw. And then, so this year, how early do we want people out there at the Rose Bowl on April 22nd for Team Jillian?
You can come as early as you want. I think registration opens up at 7:45, but you can come at any time. You don't want to miss the opening ceremonies. We're working on getting somebody to perform again this year. Last year,
nice.
Ocean Park Standoff came
So
and
good.
they sang Good News, and so we are, working on someone. And there's always, fun festivities beforehand. So we want you to get out there as early as you can. But if you come right when the walk starts too, that works as well. Come whenever.
What I do love about the morning of the MS Walk is, God bless you, some of these walks start really early.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes you're like, come on. But at least, you can actually wake up and put on a cute little sweat outfit and get a nice cup of coffee and head out and have a nice leisurely drive, not stressed out. And you get to the beautiful Rose Bowl. And again, see all those amazing people. Opening ceremonies at 9:30, the walk at 10, and we just do like a leisurely, what is it, like a 5K, so it's 3.2
It's a 5K.
miles.
Right, yes, you can walk it, you can run it if you want, but, a lot of people just take a nice little Sunday stroll, which is perfect.
Well, another thing that I love about just the vibe, the positive vibe, like you said, and yes, certainly it'll get emotional when you see all the massive turnout and Team Jillian getting bigger and bigger every year at the annual MS Walk. I also like that when you are donating on the website that they actually kind of tell you what certain amounts of money go towards specifically. So you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm just throwing my money in this big, huge pot of national cash. I'll have no idea if I'm ever actually helping anybody.
Yeah, that is good because you can see it, and I know a lot of times, one of the things that is debilitating to somebody with MS is heat, and it gets hot here in Southern California. So a lot of times, the MS Society, with the money you donate, they'll be able to put in air conditioning for patients that have MS. And they'll be able to stay cool and hopefully help with their symptoms and not feel the numbness and the tingling and the fatigue and everything like that on hot days.
Isn't that so
like we
crazy?
usually have.
Another thing to not take for granted, not having air conditioning. If you have MS, not having air conditioning could be beyond crippling for you.
Oh yeah, it's true. It's so true.
And you certainly can't live in the valley if you have MS and no air conditioning.
I know.
Right? You have AC,
know.
obviously. You live in
Yeah,
the
we
valley.
do, luckily. But also, do they sell these cooling vests that I've bought before, and you can just wear them under your shirt, so it keeps everything, it keeps your body cool, because heat is just, if it's hot outside, you will not find me outside.
All right, we are on with Jillian Escoto. She has multiple sclerosis. We are doing the MS Walk for our girl. She's part of our family, and we want to walk for Jill and others living with multiple sclerosis, April 22nd at the Rose Bowl. Hashtag Team Jillian. Walkms.org to find our team, or just go directly to the link on the MyLA page at 104.3myfm.com. Quick break, and we're right back.
My LA.
My LA.
Burbank,
Orange.
Lakewood,
El Monte. This is My LA.
We're back. It's our public affairs show. It's My LA, heard, of course, right here on 104.3 Myfm and everywhere via iHeartRadio. Lisa Foxx on tonight chatting with Jillian from Valentine in the morning, our morning show. She's a big part of our Myfm family, and she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis about 10 years ago. So we've all been kind of living and learning and watching through this person that we love and adore, who is super healthy before being diagnosed and now has to deal with this on a day-to-day basis for the rest of her life until there's a cure. But certainly appreciating all the work that the MS Society does for those here in the U.S. and worldwide, the 2.3 million folks living with MS worldwide. That's why we're talking about the MS Walk LA. Sunday, April 22nd at the Rose Bowl. Hashtag Team Jillian. Our team gets bigger and raises more money every year as the love grows and the support grows. And also knowing that when you are able to donate whatever you can, Jill was just saying how it also helps to buy air conditioners. Air conditioning for those living with MS, because heat is such a trigger to kind of shut the body down. Describe what it feels like, Jill, when it gets hot outside, what that does to a person's body who has MS.
For me, I will just immediately feel numb from like my neck down, and my joints start to hurt. I get really nauseous. Like as soon as I step outside and I'm hot, it's like an instant change in body temperature, and I feel like I just need to go to bed. I just get so tired and just so like when your foot falls asleep.
Yeah.
It's like that just throughout my entire body. And for me, it's when I move my head left to right or up and down, it just sends electric shock through my body down to my feet.
I'm sorry.
And it's crazy how heat, the sun.
Right.
That does it. It's crazy.
Part of what we all deal with, part of the environment, part of what we deal with on a regular basis.
Right,
I'm sorry, Jilly. And then even like a medication couldn't make that go away. It's just too extreme.
No.
Too extreme.
No. Yeah.
Talk about some of the other changes that you've made personally that you say has been pretty traumatic for you in terms of your diet, how changing your diet affected how the MS affects your body.
Well, I can tell, if I have sugar, if I have a Coke or something, or, a vanilla Frappuccino from Starbucks or something, as soon as I drink that drink, I immediately feel nauseous and lousy, and the numbness and tingling just kind of sets in. So, I'm not perfect when it comes to this diet, but there's definitely days where if I'm already feeling really bad, I know to just stay away from sugar, anything, processed or fast food, that kind of stuff. For me, the more clean eating, the more organic, whatever I'm putting into my body, I want to make sure that it's, really clean. That's when I feel my best.
Most normal,
right.
so to speak.
Yeah.
And you went gluten-free, right? Is that still helping?
Yeah, that's definitely helping. Staying away from gluten, staying away from sugar. Alcohol, I can't drink alcohol because it's so funny. When I'm at my worst, when the MS is really, really bad, it's almost like I'm drunk. I feel drunk.
Wow.
I'm dizzy. I'm slurring my speech. I can't really comprehend. I'm not really making much sense.
You're like, I'm acting like Lisa Foxx at a staff party. No, kidding.
But, and then drinking alcohol, even, before I was diagnosed, I would be out with friends and I'd be having a drink and everybody would say, like, my God, Jill is such a lightweight. Well, come to find out,
because of the MS.
I wasn't diagnosed yet, so that's what it was. That's why I was like, guys, I can't feel my feet. I can't feel the floor beneath my feet. And they're like, Jill, you've had too many, but no, after
something
one drink,
else.
That's what I was feeling. Yeah,
Yes.
it was MS.
It was something else that was going on. Well, and again, it's so nice to see what the MS Society is doing for people who are dealing with a variety of symptoms on so many different levels for people who are getting diagnosed, like I mentioned, between the ages of 20 to 50, a younger age, but at any age, it's still got to be like, now I have to dive in and deal with this. But you've got that support system to kind of help you navigate your way. And again, just aiming for your best life possible. It's like, thank God for these people and events like the walks to kind of spread the news out there and make it known so that we can help more people like you feel better.
Yeah, and the society has been amazing throughout the past 10 years. And again, they just want everybody who's diagnosed and, family members and friends and spouses, they want to make sure that you have somewhere to go to get all your questions answered, and just know, they're there to help, and they will try and answer everything they can and be there for you so that you don't feel alone throughout the entire process.
And always so educational and insightful to speak with you and to hear what it's like in a day in the life. And I'm so sorry, but I'm so grateful for, like you say, the MS Society and ways that we can actually do something. It's by walking, it's by giving, it's by getting involved. April 22nd at the Rose Bowl.
Just go to walkms.org, and you want to search for Team Jillian. And we make sure you go to the Greater Los Angeles Walk. You'll see the Rose Bowl. Just look for the dates, or you can just search for Team Jillian and then join that team. And also, too, if you want to sign up the day of, if you want to just show up and come, look for us. You'll see our tent. You'll see our Team Jillian across it.
You can't miss our bunch. You can't miss it.
No, you can't miss us. And so you can always sign up that day as well. Bring donations, whatever. Everything can be done that day, or you can do it online up until that Sunday.
Can you say what we raised last year? Like, maybe what did you raise the first year versus year 10 this last time?
Last year we raised, I think, close to $18,000. But we're just a friends and family team. I know there's a lot of corporations that form teams and can raise a ton of money, but it's incredible knowing that we're just friends and family putting together this team, and to raise close to $20,000.
Major.
I know. I think the first year, I want to say we raised maybe like $5,000.
Right. That's still good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just growing and growing and growing every year.
All right. So again, the place to go, walkms.org, and then I do a little searching for the MS Walk coming up on Sunday, April 22nd. It's a great way to spend a Sunday morning with so many like-minded people out there giving and loving and giving kindness to our amazing girl, Jillian, because we love you so much. And I know, like I said, people bond with you so much through the radio show, and just hear what a great person you are. Can you imagine? I'm alluding to, if you're a bad person, we wouldn't help you. No, I'm kidding. I'm like, what am I saying? I'm saying you are an especially awesome person, and we love and adore you, and we would do anything for you. So especially getting behind you and folks with MS, like, this is the least we can do to rally and show support and all that love, because that we're going to give to you throughout the year. If I have to give you $104 every day, it might get expensive, but I'd do it for you.
Well, thank you, and thank you for always talking about it and spreading the word every year, getting people out there. I appreciate it.
We all appreciate you, and we love you. We'll see you at the walk.
All right, love ya.
Love. It's the My LA page, 104.3 MYfm.com for more.